The lie. Your 20s. The decade everyone romanticizes. Hustle hard, build your empire, figure it all out, or you're screwed. That's the story they sell you. Instagram shows 22-year-olds with Lambos. LinkedIn flexes promotions and six-figure salaries. And you? You're eating ramen, refreshing job boards, wondering if you already lost. Here's the truth. Only 6% of people under 25 make six figures. The average 22-year-old earns $28,000 a year. That self-made millionaire you saw? 79% of them had family money backing them. That pressure? It's a scam built on survivorship bias. Your 20s aren't about becoming a millionaire. They're about becoming someone who can. Stop chasing the highlight reel. Start building in silence. The early grind. You graduate. Reality hits. No one's handing you a career. No red carpets. No confetti. Just unpaid internships and jobs where you're invisible. Here's a stat that hurts. 53% of college graduates are unemployed or underemployed in their first year. You're making coffee, fixing printers, sitting in meetings where no one knows your name. It feels like you're wasting time, like everyone else is moving faster. But here's what they won't tell you. This phase separates winners from quitters. 90% of startups fail. 80% of people quit their goals within 6 weeks. You're not supposed to be winning yet. You're learning the game. The ones who make it? They stayed consistent when it felt pointless. You're planting seeds, not harvesting crops. And that's exactly where you should be. The comparison trap. You scroll. Your classmate just got promoted. Another one's engaged. Someone's in Bali. Again. And you? Still broke. Still grinding. Still wondering what you're doing wrong. Stop. Here's reality. That promotion? 70% of jobs are filled through networking, not merit. That engagement? 50% of marriages end in divorce. Those vacations? The average American has $6,000 in credit card debt. Social media is a performance, not a documentary. Studies show people only post the top 1% of their lives. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone's highlight reel. Your 20s aren't a race against strangers. They're a marathon against your past self. The person who wins isn't the one who looks best at 23. It's the one still building at 29 when everyone else burned out. Stop comparing. Start compounding. Fail fast. Fail cheap. If you haven't failed in your 20s, you're playing too safe. This is your decade to mess up. Take the wrong job. Date the wrong person. Start something that crashes. Move somewhere that doesn't fit. Blow money on stupid things. Here's why it matters. The average millionaire goes bankrupt 3.5 times before making it. 90% of startups fail, but founders who failed before are 20% more likely to succeed next time. Every failure in your 20s is a lesson you can afford. You've got time, energy, no mortgage, no kids. The average age of a first-time homebuyer is 36. The average age of a first-time parent is 29. This is your lab, your testing ground. The ones with regrets aren't the ones who failed. They're the ones who never tried. Failure doesn't kill you in your 20s. Playing small does. So swing, miss, learn, repeat. Skills beat titles. Everyone wants the fancy title. Manager, director, founder. Something impressive for the LinkedIn bio. But titles are just labels. What actually matters? What you can do. Here's a brutal stat. 85% of jobs that will exist in 2030 haven't been invented yet. Your title today might be worthless tomorrow. But skills? Skills transfer. Can you sell? Write? Lead? Solve problems under pressure? Build something from nothing? Those skills make you dangerous. Top freelancers earn $100 to $500 per hour. Not because of titles, because of skills. And you don't get them chasing promotions. You get them doing hard things until they're easy. Titles fade. Skills compound. The average CEO reads 52 books a year. The average person reads 4. Spend your 20s becoming the person everyone needs. The opportunities will chase you. Money is a weapon. Your first real paycheck hits. Suddenly you're upgrading everything. New apartment, new wardrobe, bottle service on weekends. And boom, you're broke again. Here's the brutal truth. 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 64% can't cover a $1,000 emergency. And the average 25-year-old has $20,000 in debt. Making money is easy. Keeping it is the game. The habits you build now define your future. Here's the math. If you invest $200 a month starting at 22, you'll have $1.2 million by 65. Start at 32, you'll have half that. Live below your means. Invest early. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Every dollar you save in your 20s becomes 10 in your 40s. That's not motivation. That's compound interest. You don't need to look rich. You need to be free. Big difference. Your circle is your future. The 5 people you spend the most time with? That's your future. Studies prove it. You're 57% more likely to be obese if your friends are. 61% more likely to smoke if your circle does. And your income? It averages out to your 5 closest friends. If they're complaining, settling, playing small, you will too. Energy is contagious. Mediocrity is contagious. But so is ambition. Your 20s are when you start cutting people off. Not because you're cold, because you're clear. Research shows the average person has 16 friends, but only 3 they can actually rely on. Some friendships were just circumstantial. Some people are draining you, and some are only around because you haven't moved on yet. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Surround yourself with people who make you uncomfortable, who challenge you, who are building something. You'll rise without even trying. Health is the foundation. You feel invincible in your 20s. You pull all-nighters, survive on junk food, skip the gym for months, sleep 4 hours, and call it hustle. But your body is keeping score. Here's the data. Sleep deprivation costs the U.S. economy $411 billion annually in lost productivity. People who sleep less than 6 hours are 4.2 times more likely to get sick. And 80% of people who start exercising quit within 5 months. Every skipped workout, every processed meal, every hour of lost sleep, it's adding up. And the bill comes due in your 30s. Success means nothing if your body breaks down. Energy is your currency. Without it, you can't work, can't think, can't build. Studies show exercise increases productivity by 21%. Proper sleep improves memory by 40%. The gym isn't about abs, it's about discipline. Sleep isn't lazy, it's recovery. Nutrition isn't a diet, it's fuel. Protect your health now or pay for it later. Your future self is watching.